Ahoy everybody! Welcome aboard the BoatCast, where we navigate through the vast seas of literature to bring you the finest treasures in the form of book reviews. Ready to set sail on another literary adventure with you. I'm your Captain Zee, and joining with me, as always, as my first mate, Lee. How are you doing today, Lee?
Smooth sailing, Zee. We'd like to introduce you to our latest catch. We've got a couple of massive groupers, a string of snappers, and a few jumbo-sized lobsters.
We've also reeled in a strange one. A book.
Oh, cool! We've got a treasure of a book to share with our audience. What's the book called, Zee?
Let's see. Metamorphosis?
Oh, the classic novella Metamorphosis, an allegory by Franz Kafka?
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
Yeah, tell me more about it.
The story revolves around Gregor Samsa, who one day wakes up to find himself changed into a gigantic insect. With his abhorrent appearance, he attempts to find a means to survive in the human society.
That sounds bizarre. Tell me more about this plot.
When his father's business failed, he accepted his new role as the family's breadwinner without a question. He even thought it meant accepting a job he didn't enjoy as a traveling salesman. Well, not long after turning into an insect, his family decided to lock him up in his bedroom after discovering Gregor's hideous appearance, and even hired a cleaning lady to look after him. One day, Gregor's drawer was left open by the cleaning lady. His family had hired to look after him while the boarders sat in the living room. Sneaking out of his bedroom, Gregor hears Greets playing the violin with him. Gregor is enthralled with Greets' performance, while the boarders, who at first appeared impressed by her, become disinterested. They get scared when one of the boarders notices Gregor. The three men object, saying that the filthy conditions in the apartment warrant their immediate departure without paying rent. His family then planned to get rid of Gregor, though they wish Gregor could understand that he would leave of his own accord. Gregor does, in fact, understand and returns to the bedroom with a slow gait. And not long after, Gregor dies. I think the story has a unique theme of alienation. After his transformation, he stays almost exclusively in his room with his door closed and has almost no contact with other people and has no way to communicate with other people.
That's a very sad ending. Probably if you make your own ending of the book, what would it be?
Well, I've never thought of an ending on my own, but I'd want him to maybe have a more hopeful and redemptive ending. Because this one's definitely tragic, and maybe he could, die peacefully surrounded by his family who have come to accept him for who he is. Well, but the original ending is a powerful and haunting conclusion that is integral to the overall impact of the novella, despite how tragic it is. So maybe I'd leave the ending as it is.
What did you like most about the book, and why?
Well, there are several aspects of the Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka that I find intriguing, but one of the most compelling elements is how absurd and wildly irrational the book is. Because this is quite literally the first sentence of the book. The book also explores the use of surrealism and metaphors to create a unique sense of ambiguity to interpret the story in various ways.
What did you dislike about the book, and why?
Well, I don't dislike anything about the book, but generally speaking, Kafka's narrative style, characterized by its ambiguity and lack of clear resolution, can be frustrating for a reader seeking for a more traditional and straightforward narrative structure.
I see. Did the book meet your expectations? If yes, why? And if no, why not?
Well, I honestly didn't know what to expect from a story about a traveling salesman who one day woke up and suddenly turned into an insect. But the story was definitely unforeseeable, but the book definitely met my expectations of how well it narrates the story. And ambiguous and up in the air.
Would you recommend this book Why or why not?
I would really recommend this book, especially to people looking for writing inspiration or who just enjoy thought-provoking and philosophical literature. Well, in fact, I've already recommended it to one of my friends. Let's see what she has to say about it.
Despite only being 70 pages long, this novel is so captivating that you won't want to put it down. I think it's not a long read that will tire you out. I enjoyed everything about the book and I don't think there's a flaw to it.
Oh, no flaw to it. I think that's pretty impressive. Well, overall, my final assessment for this book is I rate it 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Well, anyway, this is definitely a unique find. Who knows? Maybe next time we'll relate another book.
And we did.
Oh.
Not very modern, but modern enough to call it contemporary. This one is called Lying, a Metaphorical Memoir, an Allegory by Slater, published in the year 2000.
Well, what's it about?
It tells a story about the writer herself, nonfiction, Slater, who has Munchausen's syndrome, intricately exploring the truth, deception, and identity. Through personal anecdotes, mental health insights, and philosophical reflections, Slater challenges conventional notions of honesty, inviting readers to reconsider her relationship with the truth.
Well, that's interesting, Zee. How would you recommend this to other people?
Absolutely, I would definitely. The book is fascinating and it definitely caught my attention.
Well, what's the main plot of the book?
Well, Lying by Slater is a thought-provoking exploration of the intricate web of truth and deception that permeates the human existence. Slater, who delves into her own experiences with lying, tracing its roots back to her childhood and examining its role in shaping her identity. She candidly explores how lies can serve as both a shield and a weapon, protecting vulnerable truths while also inflicting harm on relationships and self-perception.
Who are the main characters and what are their roles in the story?
In this book, the main character is the writer herself, Slater. As the author of the book, she serves as both the narrator and the central figure through whom the exploration of truth. She shares her personal experience with lying, delves into her struggles with mental illness, and reflects on the philosophical and psychological implications of honesty and deceit.
Oh, that sounds bizarre, Zee. What themes are explored in the book, anyway?
Well, Slater explores the theme of truth, deception, and identity. It delves into the complexities of honesty, the psychological implications of lying, the blurred boundaries between reality and fiction.
What did you like most about the book and why?
The story itself was very fascinating. I appreciate the book for its candid exploration of complexities surrounding truth and deception.
What did you dislike, if anything, about the book and why?
Well, I mostly enjoyed this book, but while this book provides interesting insights into truth and lies, its organization can sometimes be confusing. The way the story is told might make it hard for some people following along, which could affect how much they enjoy the book.
Oh, so the same problem as Metamorphosis?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Quite
did the did the book meet your expectations? And why or why not?
I didn't expect much, since it was a nonfiction book. It was really great overall and a fascinating story for a nonfiction.
Well, overall, what is your final assessment or rating for the book?
For me, it might be a 9 out of 10, since there was a lot of things that I couldn't understand. But this was an amazing job done by Lauren, and I really enjoyed this book.
Probably if you make your own ending of the book, what would it be?
I wouldn't change anything since I think the book is already great, and since it's a nonfiction, I don't think anything should have been changed.
Oh.
Well, mates, this is the end of our podcast, and I hope you enjoyed these book reviews. And see you on the next ship.
Bye.